Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your October 2019 Astrology 33 bonus love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And just to let you guys know, I will be resuming personal readings in October, so if you're interested in booking one with me, just check out the description of the video for all the information you need there. And as far as what we have in front of us, it's called the Bridging the Gap spread, and the way it works is the cards on the left side represent your energy towards the connection with your main love interest. The cards on the right side represent their energy toward the connection. These are the past, present, and then future energies. Once we get through those, we'll actually pull some oracle cards to help tie everything together. That's where the Bridging the Gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Okay, so with that out of the way, starting with your past position, we have the Ace of Cups. So with the aces, I always say that they don't necessarily represent an actual presentation of a love offer, but at the very least, it would say that this was something that was on your mind. So, this could just be saying that this was someone you thought of and you thought, all right, I might be interested in pursuing something with them. So, I don't see any real evidence that you actually acted out on it, but at least in the past it shows that this was what was on your mind, that you're like, all right, I like to pursue something with this person. And then the past energy on their side, we have the Knave of Pentacles and the Nine of Chalices. So this is the equivalent of the Page of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. But what I'm seeing here is, okay, so for some of you, this can just be pointing to the fact that you might be dealing with an earth sign, possibly a younger earth sign as well. And another way this could be playing out too is to be saying that they too might have been wanting to make an offer towards you, but they might have been a little bit slow in doing so, because the pentacle energy sometimes can represent that slower movement. And then with the Nine of Cups, that would just say that, they probably saw you as the real deal potential as well with that Nine of Cups energy, because we think of the Nine of Cups energy as wish card a lot of the times. And for some of you, it could also just be saying that this is the energy that they're in general, which we always say with the Nine of Cups, outside of the context of a love reading, it's just someone who's content with themselves. They know their worth, they know their value. So that could be how it's playing out as well. But some of you, I see that for the most part, it looks like you guys were on the same page in the past, where you definitely were interested in each other, but it might have been that just no one necessarily acted on it in the past. Or if they did, maybe it was this person, but it just might have taken them a long time to do so. Present energy on your side, we have the Eight of Staves. So this is the equivalent of the Eight of Wands, and this is actually a Sagittarius card too. So for those of you who have your Sag placement, whether it's your Sun, Moon, Rising, and the first 10 degrees of Sag, this might resonate with you a bit more. But this to me just represents movement, actually taking action. So I would say for some of you, this could represent that maybe you're going from that phase in the past where it was just a thought in your mind that, oh, I'd like to pursue things with this person, to now you're actually taking action on it. And that wouldn't surprise me too much, as far as you guys had, your planet was retrograde for a long time in your sign, and then finally started to move direct in the middle of August. But it was still making some weird aspects with Neptune and Pisces, and then Virgo was making a bunch of rough aspects. So maybe you guys just weren't in the right frame of mind to do it with all that going on. But maybe now that the coast is starting to clear with October, maybe this is you now saying, all right, you're ready to make that move. Now, the present energy on their side is actually the Seven of Chalices. So this is the equivalent to the Seven of Cups. This could just be saying that they have a lot of options, or maybe they're a bit on the fence about what they want to do as far as the connection goes. And this has a Neptune energy to it as well. It's technically a Scorpio card, but I get a Neptune vibe with this as well. But yeah, that's really what I'm seeing there. It could just be saying that they have a lot of options, which, like I said, with that, people coming from that Nine of Cups energy, that can be the case sometimes, where they're, very confident and sure of themselves and happy with themselves, and then that can draw more love toward you. So maybe that's what's going on, where they just have a lot of options, or it can just be that, maybe they're a little bit confused about which way they see this connection going. All right, in the future position, we have the King of Coins. So this is the King of Pentacles. Also, it represents Taurus. So for some of you, this can just be saying that you might really start to focus more on work, especially if you feel like this person, maybe you're getting an indecisive vibe from them. So maybe that's why you shift your energy that way. Another way this can be playing out for you guys too, though, is to say that, this is you. You're really viewing this as the real deal. You're looking at this as something that you could actually see as a stable commitment, and you're actually, putting in the work to make that happen. But yeah, it could go either way, I would say. And then the future energy on their side, we have the Seven of Swords. So a lot of times when we think of Seven of Swords energy, we do think of deception. I'm not getting that as much here. I feel like it's more of anything just that you guys aren't on the same page right now. And, it might not be the case always, but that's really what I'm feeling is going on right now. Because in the past, at the very least, like I said, it looks like you guys definitely both had that mutual interest. Then as we get into the present energy, we see that, you're all in, it looks like, with that Eight of Staves energy, and then they're a little bit on the fence, maybe not seeing things as clearly, maybe not seeing where the connection would go, right? And then the Seven of Swords here, we do see the two people are together, but they have their backs to each other. So, this could even be possibly something where there might have been some communication, like the "where is this going" type of, just as a generic example, like a "where is this going" type of talk, right? And maybe you guys find out that you're on different pages there, like I said, especially if you think of it this way too. If this is the energy they were in, the Knave of Pentacles in the past, and you're at the King of Pentacles energy, could just represent that you guys are on two different pages right now, where they're not as far ahead as you, and maybe you might be looking for something more serious at this point, and maybe they're still, even if not playing the field, just not necessarily looking for anything too long term right now. So that could be what's going on there. And then the bottom of the deck on your side, we have Oppression, which is actually the equivalent of the Tower card. So this could play out a couple of different ways. For some of you, this could actually be what you had already experienced coming into the month, and then maybe that was what made you, suddenly realize, all right, you know what, I should take action. Because sometimes the Tower moment can teach you something and make you realize, for one, that life can be short, right, and make you really want to take advantage of the opportunities you have. For some of you, though, this can just be pointing to maybe your expectations having to change after that conversation. Like I said, for those of you where it does end up being a situation where it looks like you're ready to take it to the next level, and they might be undecided about that, and you guys have that talk, right, and realize you're not on the same page. So that could act as a Tower moment for you, which is to say, all right, in your mind, you might have had it built up to a higher level than it's actually at right now, and this person might not view it that same way. So, I'm not necessarily seeing a true split here, though. It's just maybe, like I said, you guys have that talk. You realize, okay, this person's not as serious about this connection as I am, and obviously, yeah, that can suck, but I don't necessarily see them leaving either. So it's interesting. So I don't know. Maybe you guys have decided to try to keep it going with them. On the bottom of the deck on their side, they have the Five of Swords. A lot of times this is seen as like ego conflicts, where you get into those types of fights that nothing good's going to come from it, but you still have it anyway. It's not really what I'm getting here. It can, to me, more than anything, this would just represent that it's just where they're at. Well, these are actually not a Sagittarius, two Aquarius cards too, the Five and Seven of Swords. So maybe some of you are dealing with an Aquarius. These do represent your house of communication too, since it's Aquarius. So can just say that maybe you guys had an argument, quite simply, with the Five of Swords energy, and maybe that was what caused the Tower moment. Like I said, maybe you guys had that talk, you realized that they weren't on the same page, And maybe, especially if in the past you did feel like you guys were on the same page, maybe you never had that talk, right? So you just assumed that, okay, as time was passing on, you were taking it more seriously. Maybe you assumed that they were as well. And maybe that was the issue, they were still viewing it like they were at the beginning. They didn't really see, oh, we didn't really progress to the next level. So it could have been one of those situations there. I'm not really picking up on anything. Like I said, however weird it seems, like it doesn't seem like they're on the same page as you at all, but I don't necessarily think that there's any malicious intent there either, if that makes any sense. We'll see if the Oracle cards add anything to the mix though. So first I'll try to pull some from the Mystic Moon Oracle deck I have here. And for those of you who haven't seen this type of video from me before, what I do is I pre-shuffle this deck before we start recording. And then I'm just looking for some jumpers here. So first I'll be looking to see if we have any unspoken messages from you to them. And then we'll see if there are any from them to you. So let's see if we get any from you to them first. And what I'll do is I'll shuffle for a while. If I don't get anything, I just take that as a sign. I won't pull anything from the top or anything like that, since it is just a general reading. I'll just move on to the next, but we'll see. Oh, almost had one there. Oh, there we go. Got one there, and then we'll see if there's any unspoken messages from them to you. Oh, got one already. Okay. So, one from you to them says, I can still feel you. So yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like you're clearly into this person. I mean, well, obviously it's a love reading, right, between two people. But I can still feel you. Like I said, it feels like you were definitely into them in the past. And like I said, it looks like you made your move. And in the future, you're, seeing this as something that has a chance to go the distance, right? So that makes sense. It's a pretty simple message, right? It's just one sentence. And then the one from them to you is you are an angel. So like I said, I definitely feel like there is definitely mutual attraction there. It's, like I said, while you could think that maybe the Seven of Swords and Five of Swords would point to deception and ego stuff, I'm not really picking up on that as much here. Especially, I mean, this deck has its own meanings for some of the cards as well, separate from regular tarot. So that's one angle. But on top of that, I'm not really getting that vibe of any malicious intent on their part or anything. It's just that, they're just not at that point yet, So this might require a little patience for you guys. It seems like, they'll still stick around, but they're just not at the level you're at as far as how they view the connection. All right, we'll see if we get anything else from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. Same thing, I pre-shuffled this one before we started recording too. And then, we'll see if we get any additional messages here, and then we'll wrap up. Just looking for one card here. Oh, there we go. Okay. You guys got co-create. There's the artwork for it, and the number is 40. All right, it says creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, manifestation. The Oracle's message. You may not consider yourself a creative person, but in fact you are creating your reality every moment of every day via your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, intentions, and actions. Yet you must consider that you do so in partnership with Spirit, consciousness, God, or whatever name you call your higher power. You are a spark of this intelligence that works through you, nudging you with inspired thought and intuitive guidance. You are a paintbrush that co-creates a beautiful, unique expression of your own individuality, blended with universal spirit. You are a product of divine inspiration, and now you're aligned with it to create miracles. When you view your life as art, and know you co-create it, only beauty and grace result. Prepare to be amazed. So, interesting message there. I mean, obviously, it wasn't specific to relationships, but definitely a message there as far as, maybe just keeping your thoughts positive. And like I said, it looks like, yeah, I totally get why you would be disappointed, right? If you're like seeing this as something serious and they're not on that same page with you. But like I said, it doesn't seem like it's due to a lack of interest. It just seems like where they are in general. I think that there is definitely interest between the two of you. All right, the relationship message says connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening you up to new ideas you would never have come to on your own. You are looking in a mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Who is this extraordinary being looking back at you? You are going to be so happy that you kept your heart open. Your love is a unique work of art now, the very embodiment of beauty. So it's interesting there, Forgive me for going with a Sagittarius stereotype, right? But one vibe that I'm picking up on from that message could be saying that, maybe normally it's you guys that are more in this role, right? Where it's the other person who seems like they want to move things at faster than you, and you're the one who's like, yeah, I'm not really sure I'm feeling it. So maybe this is giving you that view from a different perspective now, where they're the ones that are feeling that way, and you're the one who wants something more serious, right? So maybe that causes the tower moment for you. So maybe it's just like something you could grow from in that regard. And like I said, it doesn't seem like they're going anywhere. It's just that, they just might not be at the point that you're at yet. So hopefully that resonated for you guys. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you all next month. All right. Bye.